Good morning and get ready for that chapter. Chapter number 8. We have to revise today. Transportation in plants and animals. Transportation in plants and animals. Children, all of you know the meaning of transportation?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
one of
ma'am.
you explain it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Daniel. You
Yes, ma'am.
explain
Yes,
the meaning of transportation.
yes, ma'am. Evaporation of water from the plant surface, especially from the stomata on leaf.
Just the meaning of transportation. I am not asking in context with your
Ma'am,
chapter.
can I?
Ma'am, can I? Ma'am,
Ma'am,
can I?
can I?
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, can
Ma'am,
I?
can I? Ma'am, can I say Ridhima?
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, can I please
Ma'am, the movement of a substance. Ma'am, the movement of the substance from one place to another is known.
Okay, the movement of the substance. Anybody has to say something different apart from it?
Ma'am, can.
और किसी को कुछ different बोलना है?
Ma'am, the movement of substances from one location to another in
Okay,
an
movement
organism.
of substances. Clear? Then we will come to now we have, as you all have understood the meaning of transportation. So let's come to the topic. Okay, let's come. Chalo. Now here, children, first of all, define transportation. That was the meaning of transportation. Now, as per your book, what is the definition of transportation? How can you define transportation? Do you hear me?
Ma'am, can I say?
Rupali.
Yes, ma'am. Can
Rupali, बोलिए. Rupali, tell me what is the meaning of transportation? Definition of transportation.
The process of movement of substances from one location to another is known as transportation.
Okay, very good. Okay, then let's come one by one to the question answers. Now tell me, children, that in unicellular organism, transportation is a very easy process apart from compared to the multicellular organisms. But what are the simple processes by these unicellular organisms carry the substances from one place to another?
Ma'am, diffusion.
Ma'am,
Diffusion
Diffusion. Ma'am, diffusion and osmosis.
Diffusion and
osmosis.
Ma'am, diffusion and
Diffusion and osmosis process, you all understand, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Shivam, Raj,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
explain? Shivam,
Yes, ma'am.
diffusion क्या है? What is diffusion?
Ma'am, can I honey?
Who can say?
Ma'am, can I honey?
Okay, tell. Who is interested in answering? Diffusion क्या है? What is diffusion? Give me one example of diffusion.
Are you asking the example?
अंकुर बोलिए.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the agarbatti.
हाँ, अगरबत्ती ठीक है. तो उसमें क्या होता है? What is happening there?
Ma'am, there the perfume of the agarbatti gets mixed up with the air molecules, and therefore whole room gets perfumed.
That means this diffusion is being carried out in through the air, and the particles are transferring one molecule because the particles are not very tightly packed in air. So they are transferring these smell of that agarbatti from one place to other with the help of the molecule transfer. That means easily one molecule can be transferred to the other molecule because they are in random motion, and that is why the smell of agarbatti reaches from one corner to the other corner. Clear? So this process is carried out in unicellular organism. Why, children, why these processes are carried out in unicellular organism? क्यों होता है ऐसा?
To exchange the gases.
Honey, you tell.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, to exchange the gases.
Yes, what happens?
Ma'am, diffusion process takes place in an animal to exchange the gases.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute रुक जाइए. Okay. Please speak loudly, children. Who was answering? Honey was answering, na? Wait a minute. Can you all hear me, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yes.
Question you all note down. Note down this question. Briefly explain the transport of water and minerals in plants. Briefly explain the transport of water and minerals in plants. And state the function of three types of blood vessels. Just write down these answers, 2 answers.
Ma'am, can you repeat the second question?
Connected है mouse से नहीं. इससे.
ये देखिए ये जो सिंबल है ना उस सिंबल पे क्लिक करेंगे ऊपर अब आ जाएगा ये जो आवाज है ना
बड़ा उसको.
ठीक है ऐसे से कर लीजिए
Okay, you were asking about the second question. Question was, write down state the functions of three types of blood vessels. State the functions of three types of blood vessels. These two questions, finish it and then raise your hand. Got the question, children, all of you?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, done.
Yes.
Third one also you all write down. Describe in brief the function of heart. Can you all hear me, children? Third answer completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Honey, you answer me first one, first question. Briefly explain the transport of water and minerals in plants. Briefly explain the transport of water and minerals in plants. Honey, can you answer?
Yes, ma'am.
I think your voice is not coming very nicely.
Ma'am, can I
Ma'am, can
yell?
I?
Okay,
Ma'am,
हमको
can
बोलो।
I? Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Plants obtain water and minerals from the soil. This is done through the roots, and from here, water and minerals are transported to all the parts of the plants through xylem.
Okay, next, Ridhima,
Yes, ma'am.
बोलिए।
Ma'am, which question?
Same one, same. Briefly explain the transport of water and minerals in plants.
Okay, ma'am. Water and mineral are obtained from soil to plants. This is done through the roots. The absorbed water and minerals are transported to the other parts of the plant by the network of tube known as.
Okay, Kinjal,
yes, ma'am.
you just tell me, state the function of three types of blood vessels.
Okay, ma'am. First, arteries. Arteries transport, take bloods from the heart, which are which are rich in oxygen, and transport it to all the different parts of the body. uh, the veins uh, take uh, take the blood to the heart, which are oxygen deficient blood and rich in carbon dioxide. Capillaries are uh, tiny walled uh, tiny walled blood vessels. From that, blood can move through the walls and get into the organs and the tissues.
Hmm. Don't say tiny, you say smaller tubes. Okay, connecting tubes. Clear? The word
Okay,
is
ma'am.
not appropriate for this sentence. Then next question. Anshika. Anshika, are you
Yes,
there?
ma'am.
Hmm. State
Yes,
the describe in brief the function of heart.
Yes, ma'am. The heart is the hollow muscle in the middle left chest that pump blood into different parts of the body. The septum divide the heart the lengthwise into left and right side. The value divided in the chamber in two chamber. The an upper atrium and the lower ventricles. When the heart when the heart contracts, they squeeze the blood through the arteria and then through the ventricles. Oxygenated blood from the lungs flow through the left arterium and then to all parts of the body.
Okay. Abhigya, why do you become so restless when you don't get the chance? You start messaging. All are there in the class now. All will get the chance. Okay, Abhigya, you tell me. State any two functions of blood.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what's the question?
State two functions of blood. Don't write your messages,
ma'am.
children. I am seeing your name over here, those who are connected and those who are interested. Don't put up your messages.
Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
ma'am.
बोलिए.
The function, ma'am, the main functions of the blood are first, ma'am, blood helps us to distribute the digested food to all part of the body. Ma'am, blood cells, WBCs helps us to fight with infections. Blood transport oxygen from the lungs to the all part of the body. Blood also transport carbon dioxide from all part of the body to the lungs.
Okay. Next, children. Priyanshu Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Give one function. This is the next question. Give one function each of RBC, WBC, and platelets.
And one function of RBC are red blood cells contain hemoglobin to carry oxygen to different part of the body. WBC, white blood cells destroy harmful bacteria and dead cell. They protect our body against infection. And platelets to clotting the blood.
Help in clotting the blood. Yes, correct. Now, children, next, Divya Prakash. Divya Prakash.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you understand by the process of systole and diastole?
Ma'am, systole means the relaxation of the no, ma'am. Ma'am, systole means the intake of oxygen into the heart, and diastole means the relaxation of the heart.
No, intake. हाँ, intake हो सकता है, but वो process में होता क्या? What happens in it? As you are telling me,
Ma'am, contraction.
Contraction is the appropriate word. The contraction of the heart is known as systole, and the relaxation of the heart is known as diastole. And we see this contraction and relaxation as a rhythmic movement, and that gives a particular type of sound which originates as in the form of heartbeat. Okay? Then after that, you all tell me what will happen if the xylem tissue get damaged in a branch of a tree. Next is Divya Prakash. Divya Prakash,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me.
If the xylem tissue gets damaged in a branch of a tree, xylem will can't be able to transport water and minerals to all parts of the body, and the transpiration process will not occur, and then the tree will die out.
Okay, correct. Next is Anshika Mishra.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Define transpiration.
Evaporation of water from the plant surface from the stomata on the leaf.
Evaporation of the water molecules in the form of water vapor, you see. Next, Rupali.
Yes, ma'am.
Define the term pulse rate.
Ma'am, repeat question.
Define the term pulse rate.
The number of time the person breathes in 1 minute is termed as a
Number of times a person breathes in 1 minute is known as pulse rate. Now, children, what are the structures which help in transportation of water and minerals in plants? Simon. Simon. Simon, are you there? Srishti Singh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Simon, you tell me what are the structures that help in transportation of water and minerals in plants?
Ma'am, xylem.
Okay. Then Srishti Singh,
Yes, ma'am.
you define vascular bundles. What are vascular bundles? Vascular bundles. Don't take time, children. You should be ready with the answer. Gauri. What are vascular bundles? No, not knowing. Okay, Shivam Raj.
Ma'am, can I please answer?
Can
Yes,
I say?
ma'am.
Just
Ma'am, can I?
a chance. Okay, all will get.
Yes,
Shivam
ma'am.
Raj.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलिए. What are vascular bundles?
Ma'am, please.
What are
Xylem
vascular
and
bundles?
Ma'am, xylem and phloem make up the conducting tissues. They are called vascular bundles.
Okay, when xylem and phloem are present in the form of the conducting tissue. So, how is transpiration useful in plants? Abhigya. Abhigya,
Yes, ma'am.
how is
Ma'am.
transpiration useful in plants?
Ma'am, first transpiration is the evaporation of water molecules in the form of water vapor from the plant surface, especially from the stomata. Ma'am, transpiration is beneficial to plants because because it creates a suction pull which helps water to be transported from the tall trees. Ma'am, it also helps to lower it also helps to lower the plant's body temperature in summer, and it may call a necessary evil.
Now, children, the question may be asked like this also. Why transpiration is known as necessary evil? Priyanshu Ranjan, you keep your camera static or you just close your camera. Either you keep it static or you close it. Priyanshu Ranjan.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
either you keep your camera static or you just close your camera. Then after that, turn goes to Daniel Rehan. Daniel.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. What is the difference between arteries and veins?
Yes, ma'am. Arteries carry arteries, blood vessel which carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all parts of the body. As blood flow through the arteries at a high pressure, they have a thick elastic wall. Veins, blood vessel which carry the oxygen deficient blood and carbon dioxide rich blood back to the heart as blood flow through veins at a low pressure and have a thin elastic.
Okay. What is define the process of excretion? Question. Kinjal, can you answer? Kinjal. Kinjal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what
Bole,
question?
define excretion and what are the excretory organs in human body?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, excretion means it is a process of the removal of waste products from from an organism.
Hmm. And what are the organs of
And
excretion?
and the organs of excretions are um uh, ma'am, rectum and anus.
No, that is not correct.
Ma'am, can
Ma'am,
Ridhima,
Ma'am,
boliye.
can I pay answer?
ma'am,
Can I?
After
Yes, ma'am.
tell me what are the organs of excretion
Ma'am,
in higher animals?
ma'am, kidney.
Hmm.
Ma'am, kidney.
Hmm. Or-
Ma'am, lungs, and then skin.
Okay. Now after that,
Ma'am, these
Priyanshu,
three are the organs.
main
Yes,
organs.
ma'am.
Priyanshu, can you explain the work of
Yes, ma'am.
kidneys? How is the waste eliminated from the body with the help of this kidney? Priyanshu, can you tell? Or should I move to the other
Ma'am.
students?
Yeah.
Priyanshu,
Can I?
ma'am,
okay, Ankur, boliye, tell.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the waste are transported through the bloods to the kidneys, and then the kidneys. Uh, there are nephrons in the kidneys, which they filter there, through the. There are some. Ma'am, I'm missing that.
Then what happens when the waste reaches the kidney?
Ma'am, there are
After that,
nephrons in the. Ma'am,
no
there are
need to
nephrons in the
go
kidneys.
to that much detail, children. उतना detail आपके book में नहीं है, तो आप उतना detail जाओगे तो you will miss the answer. So you just say
Yes, ma'am.
that the waste is going to the
Ma'am, the
kidney.
kidney.
हाँ.
Ma'am, the
Process
waste
the
is
waste.
going to the kidney through the bloods, and then the kidneys process the waste, and the waste then goes through the urinary bladder through the ureter, and then it is eliminated as faces through the anus.
through the urethra. First, it is in the form of liquid. It is removed, na? So it is removed in the form of urine through urethra, and then the undigested or solid matter gets ejected through the anus as feces. Clear? Anybody
Yes,
else can explain properly? कोई और बच्चे?
Ma'am, can you please repeat your question?
Question is, how is the kidney helping in removal of the waste in higher organisms?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, can I?
ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am,
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 can
can I,
I
can I
Simon?
answer?
Simon, you
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
yes,
can I
Ridhima.
read them?
wait, Ridhima, you'll get chance. Simon.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
The cell generate waste such as urea. These waste are transported by the blood to the kidneys. The kidneys process the waste and produce urine. This is passed through the urethra to the urinary bladder and finally removed from the body through the urethra.
Hmm. और solid waste के बारे में भी बोलिए. Okay, ठीक है, इतना भी it is sufficient, more than enough. Then after that, how is skin considered to be a excretory organ? How can we consider skin as excretory organ?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, can I answer?
ma'am, can I answer?
Ma'am, may I
can I?
answer? Ma'am, may I?
Divya Prakash. Divya
May
Prakash.
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, can I, Priya?
Ma'am,
Priyanshu, you will get chance after this. Divya Prakash, you tell. How is skin considered to be an excretory organ?
Yes, ma'am. The sweat glands are present in the skin. Skin is considered as a excretory organ. In the glands are present. They help the sweat.
Okay. Explain properly. Priyanshu, can
Ma'am,
you
can I,
explain this
Abhishek?
answer? Priyanshu.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Explain
ma'am.
it properly.
Sweat contains water, some salt, and a little of urea. Sweat is removed from the body by sweat gland through the skin.
Hmm. And what does it do? It also lowers down the body temperature. Because when we feel sweating
Yes,
in very hot summer day, after that we feel cool, isn't it? When we relax. So that also lowers down our body temperature. Okay. This human.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
हाँ बोलिए दिव्य प्रकाश बोलो. What doubt you are having?
Ma'am, how is suction pull created during the process of
Sanction pull
how
have
is
you ever?
created during process of transpiration?
हाँ हाँ ठीक है. आप कभी ये देखे हो हैंड पंप देखे हो? हैंड पंप
Yes,
देखे
ma'am.
हो? हैंड पंप का वर्किंग देखे हो?
Yes, ma'am.
What is happening in that hand pump? Where there is a washer, black color washer is present at the handle. So when we press the handle, first time, it does not just sucks the water from inside. One or two times you have to create a pressure. When the pressure is of that valve is just difference in the atmospheric pressure and that pressure inside that hand pump is created, then only that generates the water from inside. So in that way, the same thing is happening in your generation of this water coming out from the xylem which transports the water from different parts of the your plant body. So this pressure which is, and you just see that it is just in the moving in the opposite direction. This whole system which is made over there, the opposite direction of the flow of water current. Flow of water current generally takes place in what? In which direction? From higher to lower. But it is going from lower level to the higher level. So that is also being created over there, because that is these network of your tubes like xylem and the root hairs, they all are capturing, absorbing and sucking it, and that creation of that cells which are inside it, that is creating a adequate environment to transport the water from one place to the other. This transpiration creates a suction pull which helps to be transported to greater height. Now, this is a variation in temperature also being, that factor is also taking place. So actually the working model we cannot explain over here, but that is just due to the pressure difference inside the plant body and outside the environment in which they are living. Clear? ये pressure difference जब create होता है तब आपका धीरे धीरे वो cells क्या होता है, carry करता है water to the other level. Because what is happening? It is being transported from the root hairs, and then it is carried to the stem, and then it is carried to the leaves. So all these whole channel is connected, and there is a pressure difference acting between them. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, तो ये आपको
Yes, ma'am.
थोड़ा सा आपको क्लियर होगा जब when we will be in the our regular class, तब हम आपको थोड़ा ज्यादा अच्छे से बता सकेंगे. ठीक है, but actually there is a pressure difference which is getting which is working over there. Clear? So children, in this chapter और कोई आपको problem है?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. How is urea produced?
Urea is with all the toxic substances which are present in the body, that is also generated by our different types of food products or whatever absorbed food are there. Absorbed food or for the you can say toxic materials in the form of liquid, in the form of you can say solid. These all are getting converted into uric acid, and that uric acid, that it has to be removed because they are not useful for our body. They harm our body, but they are created inside the body by the you can say all the things that we are eating is not very fresh, all the things, but that is in our